Selling on Amazon is hard, really hard. But in today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 main problems when it comes to this business model. Now you might be thinking,
why on earth am I telling you this? I thought you love Amazon FBA. You always say how amazing it actually is.
And yes, that is true. It can change your life just like it changed mine. But let's keep it real for a minute. Every business comes with their own set of problems. And if you're gonna take this seriously and invest your hard-earned savings, I think you may be interested in what I'm about to tell you. What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. Therefore, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, consider subscribing. Now let's get one thing straight because I really want to tell you the truth about selling on Amazon. Yes, it's a great side hustle that helped a lot of my students make from an additional extra £1,000 to £2,000 each and every single month to some of them completely leaving their 9 to 5 and doing it full time. And if you don't believe me, just check some of my older videos where I speak to my students about their own experience, or just join our Facebook group where you can see real results in real time. And with all that being said, there are problems. And the first problem is the economy. Now this isn't just affecting Amazon FBA, pretty much is going to affect every business out there that provides various goods and services. For example, take the steep increase in energy prices. So steep that it's predicted to go up by 80% this winter. This means one thing and one thing only: less disposable income for non-essential goods. And let's be honest, most of us Amazon sellers are not selling essential goods, are we? Therefore, our demand and sales are likely to drop in the near future. So what am I doing about this? First, I'm focusing on various goods and products that are recession proof, things that people will buy regardless of what's happening in the economy. Now it won't be food and clothing exactly, but there are plenty of items you can choose for that customers simply can't do without. Second, I'm going back to the basics and going for cheaper items. Anything between the price points of £5 to £25 on Amazon. The reality is when our budgets get squeezed, we tend to notice each and every single purchase regardless of how little it actually is. And if I continue selling items at the £50 to £80 price point, a lot of customers will simply turn away because now they can't afford them anymore. Next up, we have one that never ever gets old, and that is competition. We are no longer living at a time where if you open up your own business, the only competition you have is anyone within your 5-mile radius. With everything now being done online, your competition can come from anywhere. Some 15-year-old kid can easily be undercutting you and therefore stealing your sales and profit. But on a more serious note, Amazon FBA competition is here and it's here to stay. These days, the competition can come from UK as well as other countries too, primarily China. And that's a problem given that they can produce various goods and services at a much cheaper rate. That means one thing and one thing only: you have to stay competitive to stay in the game. But what does that actually mean? Well, first of all, you have to make sure you're aware of everything that is happening on the platform. All of the recent policy changes, the changes in the platform, and of course, what are currently the best sellers doing out there? How are they still able to sell millions each and every single year? Because guess what? If they can do it, so can you. The third problem we face is shipping and delays. Shipping from China has always been expensive. I mean, come on, we're trying to bring various goods that can range anything from 100 kilos to even a few tons halfway across the world. And with all of that being said, the price has increased 8 times since the very beginning of COVID, when customers had no choice but to stay at home and shop online. As of today of 2022, the price has come down, but is still 3 times more expensive than what it was back in 2019. But let's focus on what we can actually control, and that is delays. As we come closer to Christmas, these delays are just going to get longer and longer, making it so much harder to restock. And here are a few things you can do to prepare. First, order sooner rather than later. The reality is, guys, that if you're going to order by sea, you probably won't have another chance to order and get the products in stock before Christmas. Second, order more. During Christmas, usually our sales go up anything between 1.5 to 2 times the usual amount. Therefore, your usual order of 500 to 600 units should now go up to 800-900 units. And third, start increasing your prices now. Now you may be thinking it's only September, October, it's way too early, but trust me when I tell you, it's better to be safe than sorry. You'd rather have them high right now and reduce them towards Christmas as opposed to running out of stock on the best time of the year. Next up, we have PPC. In other words, advertising. And just like advertising is getting expensive on Google and Facebook, on Amazon it's getting quite pricey too. And there are only 2 things that we can really do about this. First, it's very simple, and that is increasing prices to preserve your profit margins. And second, it's a little bit more difficult, but that's actually learning how to do PPC correctly. There are way too many people out there, including my students, who think just setting up an automatic PPC campaign is all you have to do. No guys, that is a big no-no. You really should know by now that Amazon do not care about your profits at all. All they care about is their own sales and growth. And to increase their own profits, they will do whatever they can to push your PPC budgets as high as possible. Therefore, take the time to learn how to do PPC correctly. What will actually bring you sales that are profitable? I've done many videos on this topic. And last but not least is the simple nature of Amazon FBA. It is quite risky compared to many other business models out there. I mean, come on, we need to be willing to invest anything between £2,000 to £4,000 into something that we have never ever done before. We need to trust somebody that we have never met halfway across the world to ship the products directly to us in the UK. And then when the product actually arrives, we have the small task of selling it online. There is a lot of risk associated with this process compared to, let's say, retail arbitrage, where you can start off with as simple as £50. Or online arbitrage, where you can start without even leaving your bedroom. Or even wholesale, where you buy all of your products from UK wholesalers at a much smaller quantities.
I mean, who in their right mind would even go for Amazon private label when there are so many other options out there?
Me and many of my students.
Why?
Simple. Amazon private label is the only real business that you can easily scale up between 6 to 7, potentially even 8 figures a year. For all of those other great options I just mentioned, there is one thing in common, and that is very low barrier to entry. Everybody's gonna do it. And this will basically eradicate any potential profit that you thought you'll be getting. And that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Now, if you're serious about selling on Amazon and you really want to make this a full-time income, then please don't forget to check the links down below for my own personal mentorship, where I myself will help you and guide you every step of the way. Otherwise, guys, if you're running on a relatively lower budget, but you still want to use some of the business tools that I use and recommend, then please don't forget to check the links down below for awesome, by far the most reliable e-commerce accountants out there in the market, Helium 10, the best product research tool that I myself have been using for over 4 years, or Tide, the perfect business bank account that will set up your limited company and business bank accounts all in one place. And with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.